So good morning. Mercury stations retrograde today. And of course, guidance tells me, like, make sure you start at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes before. Next time I look at the clock and it's like just before, for like quarter past. So I go to start it, and obviously the button now won't click. It's like, and I try everything. I close the program, but then I can't do anything else on the computer. Like, I can't even like search for the app or anything like that. So that's the next best thing, I think, is just push the power button and switch it off. So it takes a while for it to do that. I try that. Eventually it does. And then I'm like, okay, let me try again. And then it takes a while before it like even like reacts. So eventually get there. But so Mercury stations retrograde. I've definitely personally been experiencing Mercury retrograde pre-shadow on all things that are appliance orientated. And I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to say anything. I'm just going to like cut the communication of what Mercury retrograde can do for us. I like that because that's actually a positive statement. What can Mercury retrograde do for you? Take a moment here, hands on your knees, palms turned down, fingers wrapping over your knees. And even if you watch this again when it's not even, Mercury's not retrograding, maybe it's just a time to like choose your path ahead. What can you do for you? What can Mercury help you move forward? Mercury is this ruler of the mind. I like to think it's thinking mind. Mercury disposes over Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is very much like a cerebral type of energy, collecting data. Virgo's traits, and obviously these are just characteristics, not everything of that particular sign. But Virgo likes to put everything in lists, organize things so that it's like just very clear for you to see what it is that you need to do. So it's that part of yourself that is going through things and choosing for yourself what's necessary and what's not necessary. And maybe it is, you could take a list and put a list in, mark off, check out, scratch off the list, things that you don't want to bring going forward. Right now, in this moment, we have opportunity to choose for ourselves what it is that we wish to seed forward for our harvest. There we go. That's guidance. So take a moment here, hands turned down, eyes are softly closed. There can be a tiny bit of light that like infiltrates. It doesn't have to be there, but a little bit of light too sometimes works too. And in the eyes, just as if you're gazing through your eyelids, straight ahead, unmoving. And just notice what energy you have with you right now in this moment. What's your mind? What's your body? What's your feelings, emotions? What you've also been carrying spiritually with you. Have we been too mindful, meaning mind is full? I like this, Eckhart Tolle, I heard him say this, it was in a recording, something I was watching of him. And he said that he didn't like mindfulness. Why? Because it states in the words mindful. Mindful. We need to be mind empty. So let us be mind empty for a moment here. Wherever you find your breath, press all your breath out. And softly invite the inhale to rise. And if you feel stuff still inside of you, feelings, motions, which probably is, just round the lips, like blowing out a candle. Getting all of that out, and you want to squeeze it all the way to the bottom. You want to like rinse yourself out. And then we'll inhale. And when you you feel that energy, you need to palms are turned down, shoulders can roll up to the ears. Just notice what tension you're holding in your shoulders. We hold this tension, we don't even realize that we're carrying stuff on our shoulders, right? We're carrying the weight of the world. And sometimes we actually walk around like this. The other thing we do is we walk around with our head like a tortoise, like outside of its shell. We need to learn to bring our head back. So keep your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold, squeeze, 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 see what you feel. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows and then turn your palms up and then open your throat like this. Like it's like your hands are like the blossoms of a lotus. And then bring your hands down your knees and squeeze your ears with your shoulders. And then you can inhale, you can open your chest, and you're going to open your arms, just bend your elbows and pull them into your sides. It's like you're stretching your sternum, the fronts of your shoulders open. And then exhale, shoulders to ears. I like to come up even on the tips of my fingers. I'm going to get my shoulders to my ears. And then, oh, that feels good. We'll do that one more time. Shoulders to the ears, and this typically doesn't feel so yummy, but we sometimes walk around like that with so much tension. And then open it up. Open your mouth, stretch your jaw. Take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers to the webbing and pull the knuckles down. Keep opening your mouth, stretch open your jaw. I bet you no one can hear you. Chin to chest. Keep pulling your knuckles down towards the ground. Just squeeze the chin to the chest so you get a nice stretch to the back of your neck. Bring your arms towards, your hands towards the left ribs, and then dip your left ear to your left shoulder. Little mini circles or figure of eights with your nose, and feel into this right ear, shoulder, neck area. And the head, imagine that somebody has like 2 or 3 hairs at the crown of your head and they're pulling your head. You're not just dumping your head down to your ear to the shoulder, you're pulling your head away from your body and down. You can imagine that there's a ball like next to your neck and you're trying to get up and over the ball. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. And again, that little nose can move in any direction. You can even spell out your name. And then bring your chin to your chest, all the way down. Pull your knuckles down towards the ground and move your chin across your chest, side to side, like a semicircle. Just feeling through the back of your neck. And then hands towards the right side and right ear. Again, imagine there's a ball here next to your neck and you're trying to reach it up and over, and then somebody has the crown of your head and pulling strands of your hair. And you're like, oh, don't pull that. So I'm coming with you. Soften your eyes, your ears, your inner eyes, your inner forehead, your outer forehead, your nose, your nostrils, and little semicircles, figure of eights, or write out your name, or just go up and down. You'll feel what your neck needs. Everyone's neck's going to be so different. And we're creating space, so breathe into the space that you're creating. And then slowly draw the chin back towards the center of your chest. Pull the knuckles down behind you. This time turn your palms so your palms are away from you. And start to lift your shoulders, your hands from the ground. Lift the chin, the chest. Release the hands towards the sky. Reach up. Interlace the fingers again. Pull the hands up. Knuckles face towards you, palms towards the sky. And then exhale, round your spine. Thumbs come down to your shins. Open the back of your spine, your neck. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Release the hands to a 60-degree angle. We're going to take the fingers, we're going to curl them into our palms, and the thumbs are going to reach out as if you were hitchhiking. Your arms are stick straight. Your shoulders, you can roll them up and back. So we can do breath of fire. They call this the ego eradicator in Kundalini Yoga. So ego eradicator. So it's a short inhale, it's actually an exhale. The inhale is going to be natural, so you can take a 3/4 breath in and then out through your nose. Keep breathing, breath of fire. Look towards your third eye, right between your eyebrows here. Again, arms are stick straight. Your thumbs are reaching up like antenna. And you can imagine your electrical field around you starting to clear out. Kapalabhati breath, this fire breath breathing, they also call it skull shining breath. So in your skull, your mind, this light, this tejas burns bright. Arms are stick straight, 60-degree angle, keep breathing. Inhale, bring the thumbs together right over your crown of your head. I always can never find my fingers, and fingers straight up towards the sky. Squeeze the biceps towards your ears. Hold the breath in. Find your mula bandha, pull it up. The perineum and that pelvic floor. And then exhale, turn the palms away from each other. Let the breath slowly melt out the body. As soon as the hands come to shoulder height, turn the palms up towards the sky, and the arms are going to reach away from you, the hands. Spread the fingers wide and start to pull the thumbs back. Lift your chin and your chest. Stay here. Breathe. Feel your palms too. Feel inside of your palms. Between your fingers, the stretch. And again, imagine somebody's got your fingers, so your arms are pulling away and back. Stay here. Breathe. Feel the stretch on the inside of your arms. Take another full breath. And sit up nice and tall. Keep your arms exactly how they are. Palms facing up towards the sky. Gazes to the tip of the nose. Long, slow, deep breathing. Tip of the tongue behind the two front teeth. See if you can allow your arms to reach away from you. Keep your arms, your hands as high as your shoulders. Stand nice and tall. Soft little Jalandhara Bandha, soft neck lock. So lengthening through the back of the neck. And then the gaze is to the point of the nose. They call it Nasagra Drishti. Couple more. And whatever senses you're sensing and feeling, that's perfectly right. Your arms may feel fatiguing, and that's okay. We just go a little bit longer. You can do this. Pull your arms away from you. Imagine you're trying to reach your arms across the room. You're trying to cross and touch the opposite wall, the wall away from you. Your heart is leading you. Your breath is full. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale, arms are going to come up over the crown of the head. Bring the palms together. Palms are going to press, squeeze the biceps towards your ears. Again, long, slow, deep breathing. This time the gaze is towards the third eye. Let your navel move with your breath. Keep squeezing the palms together. Squeeze the biceps towards your ears. Tip of the tongue behind the 2 front teeth, and the rest of the tongue relaxes down in the mouth. Inhale here. Exhale, hands coming to the heart center. Thumbs rest to your sternum. Roll your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze, and then back. Squeeze and down, sitting nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, and this is your offering to you. How can you walk your path with more clarity, clearness? How can you feel more confidence in the passageway that you take, in the choices and decisions that you make? So let us ask Mercury to fill our minds with his light, to enlighten our minds, so that we may reassess, review, refresh, re-enlighten that tejas in the mind, the quality that shines so bright. That mantra is Om Ayam Buddhaye Namaha. Interlace the fingers all the way to the way and pull the arms up again, stretch. Release the hands, take your right arm across your body to stretch your shoulder out. And then left arm across, stretch your shoulder out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down towards the ground. If you're sitting on your cushion, just move that out the way. We're going to come to all fours to a tabletop position. Hands right under the shoulders. Point the toes back. Round the spine. Tuck the tailbone underneath your chin to your chest and move forward and back. You can even bring your hips to your heels. And then come forward. Shoulders right over the wrists. Keep the spine rounded. Hips to the heels. We're just opening through the back of our shoulders and our spine. You can keep your elbows softly micro bent too. Squeeze your chin to your chest. Next time we come forward to a table spot, to a table. Bring your left arm under the heart. Right arm's going to reach up. Reach up here. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to twist the table, but you're going to just thread the needle. Bring the shoulder down. And then press back into that left hand and come back up. So we're just threading the needle. We're going to do that 2 more times. The shoulder comes under the body. You twist the table. Then back up. And then this 3rd time, twist the table. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bring the back of your shoulder onto the mat. And we're just stretching the back of our shoulder. You can use your right hand to help press the body back towards the right side. So there's a little bit of a stretch to the back of your shoulder here. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then use your left hand again to press into the ground. Reach the arm up. And then bend the elbow. Bring the hand behind your spine. Place a hand on your sacrum. And then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And then move your nose in a figure of 8. Just see what that feels like. And then press into your left hand. Reach right arm back up. Spread open the chest. Spread open the front of the arm. And then hand back down towards the ground. We're going to roll through a couple of cat-cows around your spine. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, round your spine. Tucking the tailbone underneath you. Inhale, open your heart. Again, round your spine. Heart lifts. And then come to neutral. This time, right hand comes under the heart center. Left arm's going to reach up towards the sky. And then round your chin to your chest as you bring that arm underneath you. And then press back into the right hand. Come back up. So we're just threading the needle. Open up through the front of your chest when you reach up. And then back down. Reach back up. And under. 1 more time. Reach back up. And this time you're going to stay. Bring the back of your shoulder to the ground, chin to chest. Use your right hand to press your weight back towards the left. So you should feel nice stretch through the back of your left shoulder. Your left palm can be wide open. Press the back of the hand into the mat. Breathe here as you twist through the spine. Take another full breath. And then place your right hand flat to the mat. Right hand presses into the mat as the left hand lifts up. And bend the left elbow. Bring the hand behind your spine. Hand rests on the sacrum. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and make those little figure of 8s. Whatever is needed in the neck. And then bottom hand allows you to press back up. And hands down towards the ground. Flow through a couple of your cat-cows, rounding the spine. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, opening. This time tuck your toes under. And then when you press into your hands, you're going to lift your knees about an inch off the mat. Stay here and breathe. Keep your shoulders right over the wrists. Elbows are micro bent. Knees are floating. Don't let them go wide. Imagine there's a block between your knees. Now press into your hands. Lift your hips high to the sky and heels to the mat. Find yourself down dog. Look at your hands. So let us set this up. Your index finger is going to point straight forward. Your thumb is going to reach away from the sides of your head. Spread your fingers wide on the mat and claw the mat with your fingertips. Bend your elbows out towards the side. So a little bit more than a micro bend. Look at your elbows and then see if your elbow points can come down towards the ground. Drop your head and then start to press into your hands as you straighten your arms. But keep that softness in your elbows. They're not going to be super straight. Your head hangs down. And then bring your awareness between your ears and your shoulders and your arms, that space. See if you can create more space between your ears, your shoulders, and your arms. They say like you widen your upper back and let your shoulder blades move away from each other. That's why bringing your elbows down towards the ground helps create that space. Your head should be like a pendulum and hang down towards the ground. You can keep your knees softly bent. We're working into the arms. So let us focus our attention on the arm area. Stay here and breathe. We're warming them up here. So let's take 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Drop your head. Create that space between your ears and your shoulders. Broaden your upper back. Let the shoulder blades move away from each other. Elbows point down. Take another deep breath. Now walk the hands towards the feet, palm print at a time. Don't rush it. Remember, Mercury retrograde wants us to slow down. Palm print at a time. Again, we're all about the arms today. Once you find your hands by your feet, lift your feet up and place your feet, palms up. You stand onto your palms. Toes come all the way to the creases of the wrists. You're going to inhale, come halfway up. And then you're going to fold in. You can keep your knees softly bent here. Bend your elbows out to the side and then pull the elbows back to your shins. Press your toes down. And it's almost like you're trying to pull your arms or hands away from the ground, but you step hard onto your feet. So your wrists are getting a nice little traction here, if you will. You can use your toes to massage your wrists too. Take another deep breath. Wag your head yes and no. Always making sure that neck space is relaxed. Even as we work with our arms, release your hands back towards the mat. Walk your hands forward, down dog. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, right leg up and open the leg towards the side. A little side body stretch here. You can lower your right knee as if you're trying to bring the knee behind the left leg. And then come high onto the left heel or ball of your foot. Exhale, knee to nose. See if you can touch, and shoulders are going to stay over your wrist and stay here. We're working into the arms, so press the ground away from you. Pull the thigh to your chest. Still abdominal exercise too, right? Inhale, the right leg up, open the leg towards the side. Then again, exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders right over the wrist. Press the ground away from you. You can round your upper spine here. Trying to pull the knee all the way in. One more time. Open the leg towards the side. And then knee into the chest. This time you're going to step that foot forward. Keep your back heel lifted. And then float your hands, fingers off the mat. You want to keep your hips nice and light. Think about squeezing your sit bones towards each other. Bring the arms out in front of you. And then press into your front foot. You're going to lift your body up. So we're in a crescent lunge. And the arms are going to be straight up towards the sky. A little inner spiral on the fingers. So if you look up, the baby fingers come towards each other. Scissor your hips here. And bend the elbows at the chin and the chest. Take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers all the way to the webbing. Pull the knuckles down the spine. Opening the front of the chest. We can turn the palms so we can wrap our fingers around our back leg. Stay here and breathe. Think about scissoring your hips. You press from your front foot. Pull that heel back, back foot press forward. Take another deep breath. Reaching the arms back up towards the sky. Float the hands towards the mat. Find a high plank. Stay here and breathe. Exhale, we're going to bring knees, chest, chin halfway down. Knees can come down towards the mat. Just bring your chest halfway down. Pull your elbows back. And point your toes. You're going to roll forward into a cobra. It's like a chaturanga. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Drop your head. Close your eyes for a moment. Use your arms, your hands, press the ground away from you. Micro bend your elbows out towards the side. And there's points of the elbows down towards the mat. Broaden your upper spine. Lift as you inhale that left leg. Open it up towards the side. And then you can a little bit drop the left knee as if you're trying to drop the knee behind the right leg. But not all the way. You just feel a gentle side body stretch. Then come high on that right foot. Exhale, knee to nose. So you can touch knee to your nose, shoulders over the wrist. Stay here around your upper spine. Press the ground away from your arms. Have to be strong here. Your abdominal area. Lift the leg back up. Open it towards the side. Then exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders right over the wrists. Inhale, lift the leg back up. And then exhale, knee to nose, shoulders right over the wrists. And then flex your foot, bring that foot forward between your hands. Set yourself up for success. Ankle and knee are aligned. Bring your chest off your front thigh. Float your fingertips off the mat, keep your legs nice and strong. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Then come up into our crescent lunge. In a spiral, the baby fingers, find a space to look at your drishti. Take the hands wide behind you. Now if you always wrap your left thumb on top, bring the right thumb on top. Pull the knuckles down, the back leg, lift your chin, your chest. So you open it through the front of your throat, your chest. Now you can turn the palms and wrap them around your back thigh. Stay here and breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling, one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, float the hands towards the mat. Find yourself high plank. Shoulders right over the wrists. Look at the setup. Forefinger, index finger goes straight. The thumbs, there's an L shape. Look at the eyes, the elbows, micro bending them towards the side. Take another full breath. Now knees down. Then the chest is going to come halfway to 90 degrees in your arms. Then point your toes back and roll into your cobra, lifting your heart. So chaturanga. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We're going to do that a couple more times. We're going to inhale, come forward to a high plank. We're going to exhale the knees down. Then bend the elbows back. Your chest is parallel to the earth here. Pull the elbows back. Point through the feet, roll over your toes into your cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale forward. Exhale, knees down, and then chest halfway, 90-degree angle. Pull the elbows back, and then point the feet. Inhale to your cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. A few more. Inhale forward. Knees, chest halfway, roll over, cobra, tuck toes, down dog. Inhale forward, little vinyasa in the arms. You start to feel your arms a little. Pull the elbows back, roll forward, and then lift. Let's do 5 more, which is a little warm up here. Forward. Knees, chest, chin. Roll in, roll up. Take your time. No rush. See if you move your fingers a little. What does that feel like? Spread your fingers wide open. It's like you're trying to claw the mat with your fingertips. When you're rolling up into your cobra, it's like bringing your shoulders up to your ears and then back. When you find your down dog, you can do that little shoulder rotation. Let's do 2 more. One more. This time do it slower. The slowest you've done ever before. Even bringing the knees down, super slow. Bending the elbows. Rolling forward into your cobra. And then find your down dog. Stay in down dog. Feel your arms. Move the head gently side to side. And again, walk your hands towards your feet. One handprint at a time, so don't rush this. I'm going to do the same thing, Padahastasana. Hands under the soles of the feet, toes all the way to the creases of the wrists. Palms up, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Bend the elbows out to the side and then pull the elbows back. You're trying to bring your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. So you have a tendency to maybe sink your weight into your heels. Bring your weight forward, drop your head. Say yes, no. See whatever it is. Pull up with your hands, press down with your toes. Bend those elbows out to the sides. Take another deep breath. Feel the back side of your heart opening up. And then inhale, come halfway lift. Hands release to the mat and walk the hands forward, down dog. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Left hand comes to the center line of the mat. You're going to look down towards the ground. Then inhale, reach right arm up and then down. And then we aim to take the left arm up and down. So we're just switching hands. Every time you bring the hand down, just bring it towards the center line of your mat. When you lift that shoulder up or arm up, keep the front of the shoulder facing towards the mat. We'll do a couple of these. So I'm not going to count them, you're just going to do. Now if this is too much on your wrists or on your arms, you can always do this on your knees too. You can do 1 or 2 on your knees and then come back and do 1 or 2 up in a high plank. Next time you finish your second side, come back to a high plank and then start to walk your feet towards your hands. You're going to take your first 2 fingers around the big toes, and then the tips of the thumbs are going to touch those tips of the fingers. You're going to inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold, then bend the elbows out to the side again, and then pull the elbows back to your shins. You pull up with your fingers and press down with your toes. The back of the heart should be open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Release the fingers to the mat. Bend the knees and softly begin to roll up. Vertebra by vertebra. Keep the knees bent all the way. Tailbone lightly tucked under. Head's going to be the last thing that comes up. As the head comes up, the shoulders, the arms are going to lift high to the sky. Palms are going to touch. You're going to hook your thumbs, bend the elbows out to the side. Put your chin on your chest. Inhale, straighten your arms. Side body stretch to one side, doesn't matter which. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your elbows, open your throat. Inhale, reach back up, opposite side. Inhale, back up, elbows out towards the side. Inhale, reach the arms and hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands down to the sides of the body. And then roll your shoulders up, Come back. Squeeze your chin to your chest, rock your chin across your chest. Just getting any kind of tension out through the back of the neck. And then bring your chin up and just stretch the front of your throat. And then everything comes to neutral. So I said grab a strap or a scarf or something. So I'll show you with the strap first. So if you have a strap, you want to make a loop in it. If you have a scarf, I'll show you, I'll just make a knot in it. But you want to make the loop as wide as your shoulders, or you can have a belt, like a belt that you'd wear around your waist. Just tie it so you can put your hands through this. You want them to be as wide as your shoulders. So that's with the strap. I'm going to put my hands in that. If I was using this guy, I tried this out earlier on, I would just make like a knot like this. I'll find the hole, if I can find it, put my hands through it like that. Same thing. You just want to make sure that the knot is strong enough. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a strap. I'm going to make sure that the buckle's like not on my skin, and that the strap here is not going to like slap me in the face either. So bring your arms at shoulder height, and your hands are going to come through the circle, and the palms are going to face each other, like palm to palm. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to press, as if you're trying to break the strap. You're going to press your wrists away from each other, and then bring the hands down at the height of your hips. And then as you inhale, you're going to start to lift your hands, but keep pulling the hands away from each other. You're trying to break the strap, and you're going to slowly, don't rush this, take your hands up to shoulder height, and then above shoulder height. You're going to bring it over the crown of your head. Keep pulling on the strap. And then you're going to start to lower it again. But the whole time, your arms are trying to break this strap. So we're going to do this a couple of times, and then you can tell me, how are your arms feeling? Let's do at least 5. So that means like the whole rotation is 1 is coming up and down. So I think I'm only on 2. And then when you're up at the top, like really pull your arms up and back. And then they say the slower you can go is better for you. So it's not about rushing. And while we stand here in the spot, it's not just about doing this. Remember, yoga is this full body awareness. So feel your feet on the ground. Feel yourself rooted, grounded. As you're lifting your arms, you're connecting also to your breath. You're breathing. There's this openness on the inhale with the arms up. You can take a deeper breath. And then while you're exhaling, you can even time the movement. With your breath and breathing. Let's do 2 more. And I'm just wondering how your arms are feeling. But I know you can do this because I've seen you in the world. And it is this time too of the inner warrior, the inner rising. It is the time of the goddess rising. She's not just a pretty face. She has this inner strength. She does know how to make chaos. She knows how to stand up when she's fallen off the horse. Because she knows that there's no use not trying. And especially when you are calling and being called. You're calling to your call, and your call is calling you. I think we have one more left to do. So let's do that one more together. This time with a big smile on our face, because we know that all of this is worth it. And in fact, when you come up with your arms over your head, stay there. Keep pulling the arms away from each other. And we're going to do a side body stretch. So one side, and then up to the other side. Arms are still straight, arms through center, and then slowly lowering our arms all the way down. You can release the strap to the earth just for a moment. Make some circles with your wrists. And then bring the arms up. We're going to bend the right elbow. We're going to do a little side body stretch here. And then reach both hands up, and then the opposite elbow, you bend it, grab your hand onto the elbow, and then just side body stretch here. And take the hands behind you wide. You can interlace the fingers all the way to the webbing. Pull the knuckles down to chin your chest. And you're going to bring your arms to a T. The right arm's going to come across your body. You take the left arm to stretch the back of your shoulder. And this one may be the one that feels the best. So let's linger here just a little bit longer. Feel the back side of your shoulder as it opens up. Inhale, open both arms, stretch the front of your chest. And this time, left arm comes across the body, hold just above the elbow. And let's linger here. The back side of that shoulder opening up. Inhale, both arms up. And then slowly exhale, hands down through your auric field. And we're going to grab onto our strap again or onto your scarf. If you have like a big knot in your scarf, you may want to take that out. Then you're going to take your scarf out in front of you, wider than your shoulders, and your knuckles going to face outwards and your palms towards you. So if I was holding the strap in front of my legs, knuckles face out, palms towards me. I'm going to hold that strap, and then I'm going to inhale, arms are going to come up. I'm going to pull on this as if I was trying to break this. And then I'm going to come all the way up here. You may have to make it wider, depending on your flexibility of shoulders, and you start to pull the arms back. And just start to reach it back in space. So you find this big stretch under your arms, and maybe you can start to bring your arms back. Now, these movements need to be done very cautiously. This is where I say mindfully, even though we know what mindful means these days. And then you're going to come back up. So paying close attention to what you're doing. You have awareness around what you're doing. And then you're going to just go back and forward a couple of times. Each time you come up, just go super slow. Check out your sticky spot. Maybe hang out in the sticky transitional spot here. This is a place where we want to rush through. And then feel the difference as you come through. A couple more. And again, while you stand here in the space, feel your feet sink into the soils. Mother Earth is welcoming you. This is your home. Opening your chest, feel that opening, yes. And then the whole time you still, your arms may feel a little fatigued because you're pulling. And that sticky spot, stay in the sticky spot. There's always this tendency to rush through. Let's do one more, coming up. Find your sticky spot, stay there. You can soften your knees when we do a side body stretch again, just pulling. Stay there. What do you feel? And then come up. And then opposite side. And then up. Stand on your feet, lift between your chest. Take this strap behind you. You can hold it now behind you with your knuckles facing away from you. You're going to fold forward. You can bring your chest onto your thighs, and then you can start to lift your hands away from your spine. And they may come a little bit further because normally we interlace our fingers. Squeeze your chin to your chest. Stay here. Let gravity pull on your arms. A little bit of a yin stretch. Move your head softly side to side. Release the strap towards the mat. Move it out the way. Hands flat. Inhale, halfway lift, and then step into your high plank. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Now yogi's choice to come back to your knees or move through a chaturanga. Elbows are going to come to a 90-degree. Roll over your toes, find an upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, come forward to a high plank. Yogi's choice, knees or chaturanga. Elbows bend back. Roll over the toes, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Or one more time as you roll forward to a high plank. Yogi's choice, knees down or traditional chaturanga. Roll over the toes and then come downward facing dog. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, knees slowly down towards the ground. We're going to do one more shoulder strengthening exercise. Forearms down on the ground. Now if you have a block, blocks work wonderfully well. You'll place the block down and your hands will be on either side of the block. Your hands will be flat on the mat. Your thumbs are going to be on the block side facing you. And then you can bring your elbows down. You want your elbows around your shoulders. You're going to drop your head and move your head softly side to side. And then with the toes tucked under, start to press into your feet and your forearms, lifting your hips high. Down dog. Press the ground away from you. Create this space between your ears and your shoulders. Breathing in. Breathing out. A couple more. Remember to drop your head. Let your navel kind of move back into your lower spine. Again, space between your ears and your shoulders. 2 more big breaths. Smooth out your breath. You can keep your knees softly bent here too. You don't have to keep your legs super straight. 1 more. And then knees softly melt towards the mat. Straighten your arms, move your block out the way. Left hand under the heart, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle under that twisting turn. We're going to bring your back of your shoulder all the way to the mat. Use your left fingertips to help coax that shoulder underneath you. Now if you want to, you can take this left arm behind the spine, find the right thigh bone, and then bring your weight back towards the right. So you can feel stretch to the back of your shoulder. Inhale here. Deep breath out. What parts of the body can you soften? Where do you feel like you're straining too hard? What is that you're trying to hold on to? What are you trying to do? But maybe you're not doing it in the flow of the universe. So maybe you need to just lessen the grip and allow it to move. Everything has a flow. Take 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. And that's behind us. Reach it back down towards the mat. Press into the earth. Reach your right arm up. Big stretch. And then hand melts down towards the mat. Round your spine like a cat. And find a cow. And then come to neutral. And then this time right hand under the heart. Left hand reaches up. And then again, chin to chest. Squeeze everything in as you bring the back of the shoulder to the mat. You can use your right hand to assist to bring this left shoulder back and lean your weight towards the left. You can keep your right hand where it is or bring that arm behind your spine. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal. It's actually a 3-for-1 deal. You get a shoulder stretch, you get a twist through your thoracic spine, and then we get a shoulder opening in the front of that right shoulder. Plus, I think there's another extra bonus in this. Your abdominal area gets this little twisting. There's like 100% bonuses attached to this pose. Super simple, super easy. We just allow it to do its work. We just have to close our eyes and breathe and allow ourselves to go. Let the current take you. 2 more big breaths. One more. The hand that's behind you, bring it back towards the mat. Press it down. Reach that left arm up, big stretch. Exhale, hand down. Walk your hands back towards your knees. You're going to sit onto your feet. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, arms to a T. We're going to take right over left, so Garudasana arms. And you can either hold it to your shoulders, depending on the health of your shoulders, or at your elbows, you're going to bend your elbows and see if you can bring your hands together. So it's like a big mudra. Pull the elbows so that the same height as your shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades back. Press your hands away from your face. Soften your eyes. Close your eyes. And now if you want, you can bring the thumb to rest on the third eye. You want to keep the elbows lifted and you want to draw your shoulder blades back. Long, slow, deep breathing. Just feel the stretch through the shoulders. Press the hands against each other here. If you have this full pose, full mudra. Two more big breaths. Let your face relax. Let it all go. Release your arms out at a T. Palms up, pull the thumbs back, open your throat. This time a left crosses over right. Again, you can hold onto your shoulders or you can find Garudasana arms, eagle arms. Pull those elbows up so they're the same height as your shoulders and then draw your shoulder blades back. You first want to press your hands away from your face. And if you're just doing this for the first time, maybe it's best to think about pressing the hands away from your face before you take the time to melt the thumbs to the third eye. Let your face be relaxed and soft. Let your breath carry you. It's like Garudasana is eagle pose. Garuda is the eagle. Where we can fly above Great Spirit, see clearly. It's a new lens that we've been lent. The universe is shining our lenses. What is it that you wish to see in the world? How do you wish to focus your attention? Take another fresh breath. Let it all go. Undo your arms, palms up, pull the thumbs back. Chin away from the chest. Now take this right arm up, so it's right next to your ear, and bend the elbow. And take your left hand and you can help coax that right elbow. So it's almost even coming behind or to the side of your head. Now this may be good enough for you here. If you want to, you can take this left hand out, thumb's going to face down, and you'll bend the elbow and see if you can find your fingertips. Now this is where a strap comes in again. If you can't find your fingertips, you can use your strap. You'll take the strap in the right hand and then you'll just walk it up, or you can use your t-shirt. That works too. And depending if you're nursing any kind of shoulder injuries, you should be very mindful, aware. Use a strap, or you can have your hand all the way down at the bottom. It doesn't have to climb all the way up. So once you find your fingertips or your strap, sit nice and tall. And you want to soften all the muscles in your face. Gomukhasana arms. So this is from cow face pose. It is said that it is a beautifying posture. If you look at a cat's face, it is rather beautiful. It's generally pretty soft, serene, big eyes, eyelashes, such a sweet look. And let's find that sweet look on our faces. A look of love, a look of innocence. Release both arms towards the sky and reach up. Now exhale, you're going to bend the left elbow. You're going to place the right hand on top of that left elbow. And then take the right palm out. Now you could stay there with the hand on the elbow if you wanted to. The right palm up, thumb faces down, and then you bend the elbow. Bring the hand up the spine. Now if you have like any kind of shoulder injury, or one side's going to feel different, again you can use the strap here. One hand holds the strap at the top, and then the other one climbs up the back. And if we've done anything to our shoulders, we may feel something. So you want to take care. There's like an inner outer spiral happening here. One arm spiraling in, the other one spiraling out. Each side's going to feel different. Again, that Go Mukhasana, that Gomu, the cow face. Let your face relax. Two more big breaths. Last big inhale. Exhale, release it. Stretch out your arms in every direction. You can do side body stretching, whatever feels right. We'll do a little twist towards the right. You can look over your right shoulder with your eyes. Try to see all the way behind you. Or you can twist through the center towards the opposite side. Twisting all the way. See if you can see behind you. Just back to center, reach up. Exhale, we're going to come down towards the mat. You're going to lay on your back. If you need a cushion under your knees, you can place a cushion to where your knees will be. Pull the knees into your chest first. Just rocking gently side to side. And then bring the left foot down and straighten out the right leg. We're just going to give that a little stretch. We focus mainly on the arms, so we didn't really do much with the legs. And give the knees a hug again. And then opposite side, just give the leg a gentle stretch. And both knees back into the chest. Knees, a nice big hug. Let's stick our thumbs underneath our sacrum, palms down. Reach your feet straight up towards the sky, and then you squeeze your legs together like they're magnetized. Let your navel sink to your lower spine, and you want to keep it there as you start to draw this line with your legs through the sky. And softly and slowly, bring your legs down. It's a little bit of an abdominal workout here too. And your hands work as the brakes, helping you slow it down. It's like a fulcrum. It's like an ancient technology. It's inside of us. And when your feet are down, slip your hands out. Reach your arms straight up towards the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, bring your arms out a little bit lower than a T. The palm's going to face up towards the sky. And then when the hands melt down, let the whole back of the arm and the hand and the fingers melt and your feet melt. Mind melt. All melt. Feel your meltingness melting. Everything that you are melts. Everything you've ever thought yourself to be melts. Everything you've ever wondered yourself to be melts. You melt. Can you notice the sensation? The sensation of melt. Who did that? Saint Francis was led to love all things, which he knew had the same origin as he, in which he recognized the goodness of God, for he followed his well-beloved everywhere, and in every trace of him to be found in his creatures. He made of all things a ladder to reach his throne. Who did that? Those words tend to frighten most of us because they remind us of our parents wanting to know who did something they weren't happy about. But what about the times when you see beauty before you? Do you stop and think, who did that? The next time you see a work of art, stop and reflect on its creator. When you see a flower, a beautiful painting, a child, or look in the mirror, stop and wonder, who did that? If you are aware of the precious works of art around you, you will take better care of them and yourself. The artist went to a lot of trouble to create us all. So don't destroy the artwork. The treasures of the ages need to be preserved. A 1,000-year-old tree deserves to be looked at in awe. Each new creation, be it a tiny wildflower arising out of the earth or a baby elephant, is a work of art. Ask who the artist is and get to know the creator better. So just for today, try to see everything as a precious work of art. Then ask yourself, who did that? The world will become your art gallery. So finding your breath, noticing your breathing. As you notice your breath, you'll see the rise and fall of your chest. With each fresh breath, allow your awareness to grow. And discovering your toes and your fingers. And your nose. Wiggling the fingers, the toes, allowing life and movement to come back into the body. Flex and point the feet, circles with the wrists. Even begin to rock your head, maybe even open your mouth. Stretch your arms over your head. Reach your body, make it as long as possible. Imagine yourself 5 years old waking up in the morning. Just a beautiful day. And then take your time to roll to one side. Curl yourself in a tiny ball. And take this moment here reflecting unto yourself. This new passage that awaits you, unfolds before you, and yourself unfolding upon it, being gracefully flown along the path, drifting, floating, enjoying, gracefully flowing with every breath. Let that bring a beautiful, glorious, wide-mouthed smile to your lips. And then find your hands in the earth. You're going to press yourself up, finding a comfortable seat. We'll wiggle our body into our seat. Place our hands over our heart. Or we can once more connect to our breath. And below our breath, we can discover a heartbeat, that inner drum beat. Just noticing the miracle, the art work that you are. Find your breath, press it out. Let us inhale as one. And exhale into your chest, offering gratitude for all things in this space, in this place that we can join here together. And so from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste. Thank you so much for the gift that you are. A perfect art piece I get to peer at in wonder. Thank you. Namaste. I'm going to draw us a card from Mercurial Day. I just wonder how wonderful this day is going to be. Mercury playing his fun tricks, the trickster. So it's all good. All we have to do is keep our calm. And you know, kind of knowing that it's Mercury retrograde, then you know it's like, it's all fine. So let us see what guidance has to offer to guide us on our path. And there's a lot of other stuff too. And Mercury is being aspected by Orcus, which is like a Plutonian dwarf planet. And with the moon and with Venus. And Orcus is about, you know, truly what you need to do in the world. Like what you've come here to do, this is Orcus. Pluto's going to uncover what you need to find out about yourself, and Orcus is going to tell you basically what you need to do. And these two planets actually like move in like a dumbbell type of orbit with each other, both like crisscrossing like this. But they have the same orbits, except just going on different, like one's on one side and one's on the other side. So it's kind of interesting. So they deliver us to this new world, this unseen, the invisible realm. They deliver us to this new consciousness that's inside of ourselves. So it's quite powerful. So let's see. And then that's all aspecting Mercury, which is going to just make this whole retrograde station pretty powerful. I posted something on social media, so you can always check out what I wrote there. Oh, I like this. Super pretty. Super pretty. It's a swan, and she's white, or he's white, I should say. And it's like the whole color of the card is like very cosmosy. It's like green and indigo blue, and it's like fireflies like in the night. And actually this reminds me of the meditation I did yesterday, the yoga nidra I did yesterday. It's like this I saw these fireflies like bouncing around, and it says stillness. And I really think like that's the medicine that we need. It's this very serene feeling. It's going within these stars in here is like really us connecting to like that. If you look at the universe from our perspective, you know, it seems very idyllic. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on there. And maybe it's a little bit more chaotic from our perspective or what things are happening around. But from our perspective, it's showing us from that perspective that we can utilize the starlight, the night sky, as a place of mesmerized by, and maybe also that idea about who did that. Maybe that can be a meditation too. It's like finding the stillness inside of you to be really still, to like see what is offered to you. It's like, who did that? Like, show me the way. And this is really a time of being shown. So this is coming into the medicine that we can hold today, especially maybe this week, is finding more space of stillness. And then the swan offers this beautiful elegance. It's just got such this magnificence to it. So it's like the energy is really high vibing, if you will. This purity to it. It's so snow white. And it's not going anywhere. It's just kind of hanging out on this lake. And it reminds me of when I grew up. I think I've told you about the willow trees and the lake and the swans. And so it brings me back to this lake which was just so still and idyllic. Like we could just hang out and lay in the grass. Maybe that's something you can do this week too, is go outside, you know, on the beach, on the grass, and look at the starry night. Like it's such a beautiful meditation. Something powerful for you to do. Find some extra stillness. So, hopefully that all made sense. From my heart to yours, may you be blessed and always be beautiful. I love you. Namaste.